We have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man to go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your
Ahmadiyah.
skin?
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen FBA show. Also, thanks to those of you tuned in on the Queen FBA TV show. I'm your host, Queen FBA, and this is the second dose of your Saturday vitamins. Okay. As you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channels. If you have not done so already, be sure to click the notification bell. Click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. If you're mad and you have grievances to file, this is not the HR department. So please exit stage left. Save yourself the trouble and me the time. All right. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, on Twitter at DGoddess27, on TikTok at Dr. A Shakur. Hello, Juju, Mr. Hotel, Aboriginal Woman. Okay, warrior status in the house, Terry Hinton. Shout out to Terry Lee King. I missed you earlier, beloved. Okay, Claudette's in the house. Red Wine Entertainment is here. Reggie is here. Nicole, all right. I see you, Nessa G. Okay, Claudette. So let's get back into it. Hey, Pauline from the UK. Buckhorst, DC. D Lovely in the house. Tylene. Okay, so shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone tuned into the Queen. Hey, Latasha, Timber Dan is in the house. All right, Warrior Status, Silent D, Rob All Banks. Okay, so listen, hey, Yusuf, Orange Moon in the house. Let me tell you all something. Spook TV Media is here. The Trinity Time Travel Show. I hear you. Eric in the house. Let me tell y'all something. Bithia, I see you, beloved. Honey. Y'all see how people don't follow instructions. Now, on that last live, hey, Queen Sam, on that last live, I specifically said that I was dropping the link and no one clicked the link except for and only Mighty House or Mighty Mouse, the fool that was talking slick in the chat. Now, he didn't click the link, but someone else did. And then that person gets on here and wants to give the rumor report as if this is the Breakfast Club and I'm Charlemagne the Devil, DJ Envy, or Angela Yee. Say what now? Come on here talking about the rumor report. Ain't nobody got time for that. Mr. Hotel said they won't click the link. Of course, no, they won't. And the one that did click the link got up here and gave us rumors. and hearsay and innuendo and really his own thoughts. That's really what he thinks himself. Nobody has my name on no list. Sit down somewhere and talking about clips of my videos on Facebook. Honey, you can't even share clips of my videos on Facebook. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I cursed out Mark Zuckerberg. So I'm permanently shadow banned. That's why I came to YouTube, okay? I scarcely doubt that you can share any of my videos, even clips on Facebook. Maybe you can now, but hey, as it stood for years, you couldn't. Way, honey, absolutely cannot. He came on here telling me how he really felt about me, but acting as though it's other people. Oh, they got your name on a list. Sit down somewhere. Okay, have several seats. I'm just saying, Reggie said you just watched that, beloved. So you know it's all so hilarious. And here's the thing. So I want y'all to pay attention because at the end of the broadcast, before he left off, he said he was glad he got to talk to me. You got to talk to me, sir, but I said to you the same exact thing that I've always been saying. So if you heard me say all of that before, why didn't you believe it, but you instead chose to listen to rumors? Is that what you did? And then today when I said it to your face, all of a sudden, oh, I'm so glad I got to talk to you. Oh, Mr. Hotel says, sounds like a clout chase to you, honey. Yes, it was a clout chase because pay attention. He got up here and gave a shameless plug for his own YouTube channel. Beloved, if you wanted me to shout out your YouTube channel, I would gladly have done so free of charge. Okay? That's what I would have done. From one content creator to another, whether you like the queen or not. Timber Dan said, clout chasing fool. Honey, don't y'all go in on them two bad royals. Y'all are so nefarious. He was lusting for the queen like a schoolboy, said Nicole. Oh my goodness, absolutely. Claudette called him a gossiping gazette. Queen Sam said he was trying it. Honey, don't come over here talking about rumor has it. Excuse me, Angela Yee, please sit down somewhere and go back to the Breakfast Club. Honey. I mean, I know I do your morning wake-up call, but that's not the Breakfast Club. Not the same thing, beloved, okay? So don't come on here with your rumor reports. Terry Hinton said the queen saw right through his BS. Yes, you know I did. Honey, what gets me is when these people try to paint narratives, but honey, they never could. Because they don't have nary a receipt. If you just bring me one receipt, that'll make it make sense, but they bring none. They come on here talking about some rumors. Oh, I heard somebody had said. See, what had happened was, I love it. Well, I'm about to show you all something, beloveds, and it's not rumors. I got the receipts as per usual, okay? No need to spread gossip and blabber and babble. No need to do any of that because I have receipts, actual ones. So we're going to get into it. But first of all, I forgot to talk about FedNow on the last broadcast. So since I broke the story about FedNow just days ago, everyone's been talking about it. Pay attention. And so with that all being said, here's what I want to say. You already know we are not going to trust nothing called FedNow. That's what we're not going to do. We are not going to trust it, honey. Any black person hear the word Fed, and what do? I'm sorry, exit stage left real quick, whether we did anything or not, okay? So that's not going to work for us. And I just want you all to remember, like my good sister Lisa Cabrera reported earlier, she reminded us how the IRS said months ago, sometime last year, I think it was, remember when they were talking about having Cash App and Venmo and Zelle and all of them report anything that people are given, over $600 or more, then they postponed it. So that's all supposed to be coming out in 2024. I want you all to pay attention. Okay? Now, FedNow, like I told you all the other day when I talked about this, it is not a part of the federal government. So when they tried to act like this is just, the reason they're doing this is because the federal government previously didn't have any way for banks to, for all of the banks, to be able to utilize the payment system that would happen in seconds and minutes. They didn't have that and all this. First of all, this is the Federal Reserve, which is a privately owned central bank. And it's a whole lot of stuff that you all probably don't know about these central banking systems. It's probably a whole lot that you all don't know. So I'm going to have to do an expose on it because I have receipts from way back. Okay. From the nefariousness from day one until now that the central banks have engaged in, allegedly. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to bring that up sometime next week. I have to get all my receipts together because I'm going to make it all make sense. And this goes way back to Abraham Lincoln. I just want y'all to pay attention. We're going to get into it. But anyway, no, we don't trust it. FedNow, anything with the word Fed in it, why would we trust it of all people? I'm just saying, we know how the feds get down, don't we? And here's the thing. I find it interesting because even though the Federal Reserve Bank is a privately owned central bank, doesn't even have to be ratified by the president, doesn't have to answer to the president or anybody else in the executive branch or any of that stuff, right? Their decisions don't have to be ratified by them or any of that. I wonder why they call them Fed. Did y'all know they call them that for short? That's why that app is called FedNow, because the Federal Reserve Bank is called Fed for short. Did y'all know that? Now, why do they call it Fed when it's not even a part of our federal government? I have so many questions. But anyway, I'm just telling y'all how they tell lies and how they just want us to think certain things that are absolutely not true. And if you don't do your due diligence and pay attention, you'll just never know these things. But anyway, let's get into it, because the guy who calls himself Poor Man that said all that slick stuff about Bussy Reek, aka Don Corleone, yeah, he is now recanting his statement. So first, what we're going to do, so I'm going to break this down real quick. I'm going to break this down real quick. I'm not going to go spend a whole lot of time on it because I'm quite busy today. And I just wanted to put this out there. I'm pretty sure Tariq is going to talk about it later on tonight, and we'll get all the receipts. But in the meantime, let's talk about it. I'm going to first show the video that Tariq showed, right, about a week ago, where this guy was talking all this slick stuff about Bussy Reek, and now, alas, he has recanted. So let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share.
In regards to the Hidden History Museum that us donors financed, you claim to provide a wall showing and displaying the names of all of the donors. On your Indiegogo page, you said if you paid $500, you will actually designate a section of the museum honoring the businesses of the people that donated at least $500. You didn't live up to those different promises. I don't see any indication that you put anybody's names on the wall other than the mural on the outside of the building showing the usual suspects. What's her name? Isis Papers, whatever her name is, or her book about white supremacy. You put yourself on the wall, but legally, that building belongs to the donors. The equity that paid for it came from the donors. I'm under the impression and have the understanding that you actually mortgaged the building and put the $1 million into your pockets, which is fraud. Enrich yourself by grifting us, kind-hearted, good-hearted donors. A Chinese billionaire just went to prison, or just got arrested and facing charges for fraud for enriching himself from his followers, similar to what you did with this building. Any judge, any county judge in America in a civil suit in chancery courts will side with the donors in regards to who owns this building and convey ownership of that building to us donors if it comes to that point. That building was financed by us, not you. You just a lazy, sorry, slick talking pimp. Good for nothing, low life, unemployed pimp. That's all you are. That's all you're ever gonna be.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Here is what I am thinking, beloveds. Now I'm going to play what he's now saying, but what he's saying now is so far contrary to what he said previously. Okay? Boy, if you want the liquor store, just say that, says Queen Sam. Okay. Eileen said he sounds upset then. Yeah, he sounded very upset then. But now one has to ask oneself, is he now just taking it all back because he got what he wanted from Bussy Reek, perhaps recognition? Or was he perhaps threatened? I mean, I'm going to show you this video and you all tell me what you all think, because he clearly looks shook to me. So all I'm saying.
In this video about the situation with Tariq Nasheed and the Hidden History Museum, he actually sent his team to contact me about the situation. You know, they say it was a misunderstanding that they didn't have my business information. Therefore, they wasn't able to put my business in the museum. Allegedly, he has other people's businesses inside the museum. If that is true, he's not a fraud. He's not a scammer. Like the other people are claiming he's a scammer, you know. It's the fact that people don't really know that it was packages that was sold. Each package gave a certain promise, you know. The lowest was you just get a thank you. The highest was you was going to actually be an anonymous donor or on a board, whatever they call it, or you're just going to get your business advertised. So he reached out to me actually on one of my live streams and said he didn't have my information. But if he did have the information, the name and the business would have been inside the museum. So I have to make this video to clear up the atmosphere, you know, rectify the situation and be fair. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna do right now.
But sir, what about all the things you said about Bussy Reek? Didn't you say that he committed fraud against the people and took your money? I absolutely cannot. I absolutely cannot. So anyway, what is really going on? Now, I want you all to pay attention to this. The only thing that he says he was told is that they didn't have his business information. I'm calling BS, because if they got his money, the $1,200, because he sent money 3 times. He sent $1,000. He showed the receipts. He sent $100, and then he sent another $100. $1,200 he sent in 3 different payments. So when he sent that money, he sent his information. How did they then have the money, the payments, but not his information? How are they now reaching out to him, but they didn't have his information to put it on the wall, but they can reach out to it? I find it all very interesting. The only thing that he addressed was something about the names on the wall, the businesses on the wall. That's all he talked about. He didn't say anything about all that other stuff he was saying in the first video. When he was talking about the mortgage, remember? He said, oh, you supposedly got a mortgage and pocketed the $1 million. He didn't say anything about that. Did Bussy Reek or his team dispute that? Didn't say anything about that. Okay? Didn't say anything about that. What about the fraud that he accused Bussy Reek of? So now it's not fraud, but he said if it's true. So you don't know if it's true, sir? Sir, you should not be doing a video recanting unless and until you know it's true. You see, here's the thing. It's very simple. If Bussy Reek, in fact, has a wall in that museum with all of the names of the businesses of those who donated $500 or more, he could easily have sent you a picture of this. Why hasn't, when he's shown all the footage from inside the Hidden Griftery Museum, when he showed them having the cookout, well, not the cookout, but the comedy specials and all of that, the March Mixer and all of that, and the grand opening, when he showed inside footage, why didn't he show the wall? Now he says he has one, so why not show it? Especially if Black folk have paid you thousands of dollars to put their businesses on that wall. It would seem to me that would be one of the main things that he showed on his videos. It would seem that would be one of the main things he showed, because that would in fact help to promote their businesses even further, because everyone can't go to the Griftery Museum, aka lounge, aka comedy club. Everyone can't go there. So he has 500,000 followers collectively on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube and Facebook. So I would think that if he's really trying to promote these people's businesses and they've really given him all this money, that he would be showing the wall with their businesses listed on it in his videos, on Instagram Lives and all of that. But he hasn't shown any of that, which leads me to say and think that he has no wall. And I'm going to show you why I really believe there's no wall in just a second. I got receipts, pay attention. But before I get into that, here's what I want to say. This man who calls himself the poor man, this dude reminds me of a scene from a movie, and I'm not going to show it because I don't need any problems with YouTube, but I'm going to play the audio. Pay attention. This is what he reminds me of. He did a complete about face. Pay attention.
Dr. Nico, it's outside of Palermo.
And where do you live now?
I live in an army barracks with the FBI guys.
We have here finally a witness that will further testify to Michael Corleone's rule over a criminal empire that controls all of the gambling in this country, and perhaps in other countries. This witness has had no buffer between himself and Michael Corleone. He can corroborate our charges on enough counts for this committee to recommend a charge of perjury against Michael Corleone. Senator, thank you, Chairman.
Mr. Pentangeli. Mr. Pentangeli. Were you a member of the Corleone family? Did you serve under Capo regime, Peter Clemenza, under Vito Corleone, also known as the Godfather?
I never knew no Godfather. I have my own family, Senator.
Mr. Pentangeli, you're contradicting a sworn statement you previously made to me and signed. I ask you again, sir, here and now under oath, were you at any time a member of a crime organization headed by Michael Corleone?
I don't know nothing about that. Oh. I was in the olive oil business with his father, but that was a long time ago, that's all.
We have a sworn affidavit. We have it. Your sworn affidavit that you murdered on the orders of Michael Corleone. Do you deny this confession? And do you realize what will happen as a result of your denial?
Look, the FBI guys, they promised me a deal. So I made up a lot of stuff about Michael Corleone, because that's what they wanted. But it was all lies. Everything. And I kept saying, Michael Corleone did this, and Michael Corleone did that. So I said, yeah, sure.
Mr. Corleone, would you kindly identify for the committee the gentleman sitting to your left?
I can answer that. His name is Vincenzo Pentangeli.
Is he related to the witness?
He is, I believe, his brother.
Will he come forward and be sworn, sir?
Sir, this man does not understand English. He came at his own expense to aid his brother in his time of trouble. He's not under subpoena, and his reputation in his own country is impeccable.
Are you saying he knows nothing about these matters?
To my knowledge, nothing.
I'm going to find out what the hell happened here. All right, this committee is now adjourned. The witness is excused.
He said, I'm going to find out what the hell happened here. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. Now, did someone threaten this man? Did they offer him some cash Maybe he got a refund real quick. I don't know, but something clearly is not right. And I'm about to show y'all why I don't believe there's any such wall. I'm about to drop a bomb on y'all. I want y'all to pay attention. Okay, I'm about to drop a bomb, honey. Pay attention. All right, let me pull up my chat on this phone because this is all so nefarious. Honey, I don't care nothing about the trolls. Let the trolls live, honey, because the trolls got no receipts. All they have is foolish talk, babble, and just a whole bunch of foolishness. All they have is foolish talk, babble. We turn that down. These trolls don't have anything going on, honey, okay? Leave them alone. They're mad, sad, and butthurt, and I really don't care. Because I'm about to show these receipts, though. Pay attention. All right. Here we go. Let's get into it. Because, see, here's the thing. You see, that man, the scared to death Negro, he may have recanted his statements after he spent his cash, but I spent my cash too. Not for the museum/lounge, but I spent my money for that FBA conference. And I had one of those $500 VIP tickets. And guess what they told us who purchased those? Pay attention. I'm about to pull it on up. I'm about to share my screen so you all can see the grift that keeps on grifting. Keeps on grifting. Here it goes. Make sure y'all can see that. Okay. Now, this is the Indiegogo site for the Foundational Black American Convention that they had in 2020. Now, let me show you what Tariq told everybody. Because it's the same old thing like GS Tariq loves to say, just they remixed it. He remixed it, okay? It's the same soup warmed over. Now it says, filmmaker and activist Tariq Nasheed is organizing the Foundational Black American Convention that will take place in Atlanta in 2020. This is a nonpartisan educational event that will feature expert panels from Black American speakers and professionals. FBAC 2020 will also feature think tank forums that will brainstorm on solutions for a foundational Black agenda. Well, that didn't happen. There was no think tanks brainstorming, okay? Pay attention. Some of the educational topics that will be discussed: strategies on getting reparations, strategies on Black business developments, none of this. Creating directories to connect with Black businesses, none of this. Organizing retainer pools for Black attorneys, for Black lawyers. Oh, I'm sorry, where are those retainer pools at and located? Networking with independent Black-owned schools. When did this ever happen? That was in 2020. Here we are in 2023. I'm still waiting. Okay, creating discussion panels with Black health professionals and much more. Well, I didn't see any of that at the FBA conference. Pay attention. But here's where it gets juicy. Here's where it all gets very tantalizing for me and salacious. Pay attention. Because at the end of the day, as I told you all, now they had the $50 general admission tickets. They had the $100 prime seating pass. They had the VIP admission for $200 and the meet and greet for $500, which is the ticket that I had. Now, of course, I didn't pay $500 for it, mind you. But what I did was someone who actually paid $500 for that ticket, who couldn't make it because Tariq changed the date because of the pandemic and didn't give people refunds. And so some people had to sell their tickets. So the person sold me their ticket at the last minute for $100. But here is what this ticket promised. It says you will get an exclusive souvenir program book of FBAC 2020. Well, there was a program book. I wouldn't call it exclusive. It was just a cheaply thrown together little pamphlet. Okay. And you get an exclusive pass to take photos and have a meet and greet with featured guests, celebrities, and panelists. Plus, your name will be listed on the wall of warriors. Say what now? Your name will be listed on the wall of warriors. Well, where is that wall? And who are those warriors? I have questions. Okay? Y'all see that? He says the same thing every time. He said in 2020 for the FBA conference that your name, if you paid for the $500 ticket, would be on the wall of warriors. My name wasn't on no wall. And in fact, I remember when I was there, I asked several people who had the same tickets as me, where's this wall? So I can make sure my name's on there. And they said, if you find it, then we'll all know. None of us saw a wall. None of us saw a wall. So this fool sitting there talking about if it's true. Here's the thing. If it's true, they would have shown you proof, sir. If it's true, they would have showed you receipts, sir. And you shouldn't have made a video recanting until and only after they showed you that proof. Otherwise, they must still have your money. Allegedly. No, it's not even allegedly. He said they still have his money because someone asked him in the comments section, did they give you a refund? And he said, no, he got my business information. I gave him my business information. Fool, you already gave him your business information when you gave him your $1,200. Did you not? Did you not? Where is this phantom wall that's in the hidden Griftery Museum? Is it hidden behind another wall so no one can see it? I'm sorry, say what now? I say who? Trolls, where you at? Bussy Ricans, where you at? Where you at? Bussy Ricans. Y'all got something to say? Should I drop the link? Because I got time today. Anybody, FBA in the chat, trolling or otherwise, want me to drop this link? Because I find it very interesting that every time he has something, if he offers something for $500, which he usually does, he always says, if you pay $500, you get your name on some wall. Where is he building all this walls? Who does he think he is? Donald Trump? Always talking about building walls. I have questions. I have questions. Somebody said drop it, so I'm going to drop it. There's the link. Don't everyone click it at once. Claudette said a fictitious wall. I am so perplexed. There's the link. That dude looked like he was scared to death. That dude looked like he was scared to death. Okay? He looked like he was afraid for his life. I wanted to tell him, bro, blink twice if you need help. Did y'all not see how he was looking? He didn't look like he was shook, looking all around, all shifty-eyed, like he was afraid that somebody was going to come and get him. It's very interesting that he and Professor James Small recanted their statements. And Professor James Small needs to sit down somewhere because he really made himself look bad. He really made himself look bad. I met him at the FBA conference and I had so much respect for him, but now sadly I do not. He sat up there and he's the one that brought up Bussy Rick in that conversation. He's the one that said, "No, I can call names. Tariq Nasheed. I'm not in favor of his rhetoric." That's what he said. Then when Bussy Rick confronted him, he wants to try to sit there and play the blame game and act as though the African man who was on there with him is the one who brought it up and someone twisted his words. Are these people being threatened? Are they being promised a payment? I have questions. This is starting to remind me of situations that occur when someone exposes Bill and Hillary Clinton. You know how when someone exposes things about either of them, these people turn up deleted all of a sudden under mysterious circumstances and nobody knows nothing? That's what this is starting to sound like. Sometimes people come out here and say things about Bussy Rick that's not a good look for him, and these are not his opposers. These are his own people, the FBA minions, that come out here and speak out. And when any of his FBA minions speak out, mysteriously, days later, they recant and go back and talk all nice and sweet. Y'all don't find that suspicious? Y'all don't find that suspicious? Now, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm not recanting anything because my name isn't on no darn wall. I have not seen it. So I'm calling fraud. Now, I had one of those $500 tickets, like I said. My name wasn't on no wall of warriors. Is Bussy Reek's team going to contact the Queen and tell me what really happened? I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. Okay. Please miss me with it. Anyway, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast because nobody clicked that link. Okay. Nisi Q said threats, repayment, or hypnosis. Something clearly happened, honey. Okay, from the last time he did a live and until now. Something happened. Okay. I mean, you know, when you're dealing with people who deal with the feds, allegedly, you never know what might happen. So all I'm saying, honey, you're scared? Say you're scared. Here's the thing. Let me say this to any of you. If you are afraid, don't say anything about Bussy Reek. Because if Bussy Reek can come to you later or get his team to come to you or the feds to come to you or anybody to come to you and make you backpedal like a fool and make a whole jackace out of yourself, just keep your mouth shut. Okay, just keep your mouth shut. All right? Just keep your mouth shut. If you can't stand on what you said, then don't say it. All right? If you can't stand on what you said, if somebody can just come along and make you eat your words and back down like some coward, then don't say anything. You do yourself a grave disservice. You make yourself look like a whole fool. And nobody believes it anyway, because we're going to believe what you said in the first place, because all you came back and said was if he's not lying, if that's true. Well, he didn't prove to you that it was true. His team didn't show you any receipts. Who is this team? I have questions. Is it his publicist, Karen? Was it his security guards that took him to court, that escorted him to court? I have questions. Anyway, honey, I'm done here. This is all so ridiculous, including nefarious, like I said, honey. Okay. Yes, he did look like he was shook, Reggie. Absolutely. Okay. He clearly looked shook. All right. With that all being said, honey, I wish you all love, peace, and prosperity. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. Always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. And listen, if y'all want to see a lot of receipts and some juicy details, then tune in to Morris World TV tonight. Okay. Tariq is going live. He's going to talk about this. I already know he is. Okay. Because I already talked to him. I already know he is. And we're going to have he's going to have some more receipts too. So make sure that you're paying attention. Hold on. We got somebody click the link. Hold on. We got somebody click the link. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I'm Ty. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I hey to everybody in the chat. I was just I'm gonna say it. Our people need to wake up. We're giving money to people who cause it fraud. If we could give all that money to somebody like him, then hell, we could take all our damn money and rebuild our communities. You know
Exactly.
because these young people wake the hell up, okay? Wake up, okay? Because anytime you give somebody $1 million to build a company and they promise you your name gonna be on the wall, okay, this the thing. If that your name's supposed to be on that brick, and then you see him at the World Economic Forum, you're supposed to be questioning that shit because your name, your credit card, your check, all that, Schwab, whatever his name is, he got all that information.
Right.
And they'll use that, and that's when they got everything about you. So your name ain't on no darn brick.
Mm-hmm.
And I got questions about. I was very upset because I wanted to know what the hell he did with that damn money. Did he pay for that house he living in?
Yeah, it's no telling. It's no telling.
If he living large, because he living large, buying the large off of our black people. So I'm with what's your full name with the tie. You had him on your cause he went off on Tariq.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? The one with the tie, the bow tie.
You're not talking about RZA? No, you're talking
Yeah,
about RZA. Okay.
yeah, he went off on Tariq, and he told him, he said, "You could go behind the gate, but I'm for my people who can't run behind a gate and hide." And that's true. It's a lot of we can't run behind no doggone gate.
Mm-hmm.
We getting shot down every day. Okay,
That's right.
and and then you want to call us, y'all on Section 8, y'all this, you always downing people, you always
Exactly.
got down the state. But this the thing, the very ones you down, my brother, the very ones you call hoochie and whores and this and that, all these different names, is the very one that was unbuttoning that money.
That's right.
You had doctors, you got lawyers, you had engineers, you had people sending money, big money to get that museum up. So
Mm-hmm.
that's when I started questioning. I was like, why is he where's the money go? Where did the money go? And nobody questioning that.
No,
And
they're not. They're not going to question him because they're afraid to. They act like they're afraid to question him, but they'll come and question me, Taharka, and anybody else who speaks against him and ask questions. They'll come and question us, but they won't question him. That's what they won't do.
well, I will speak against it. Because
Mm-hmm.
him, and you ain't learned from Fulu. You ain't learned from, that's what my daughter called him,
Mm-hmm.
Fulu. Y'all ain't learned from crazy behind Pharaoh,
That's
young
right.
Pharaoh. Come
That's
on,
right.
people. We all supposed to be living like young Pharaoh and Tariq. That's not even his real name. Okay?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
come on, we need to wake up and to be a community and not turn against each other. This
Mm-hmm.
the man against woman and woman against men. We need to gather together because these people are not playing with us.
Absolutely.
They around here talking about Jim Crow in Mississippi, lynching and all this. They're not playing.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And Tariq is with them.
Yeah,
So
of course he
basically,
is.
he done all them checks y'all wrote, all them credit cards you sent, all them doggone money orders. Trust me, your name is in that little box, and your name is they gonna pull for the lynching, for the Jim Crow, for anything they want to use. They coming after you first
That's right.
because your name, you done signed basically everything to. I'm and I'm like Islam. Just stop it. Just stop it. Stop going against each other. Stop being criticizing each other.
That's right.
Stop downing each other. We got children out here.
That's right.
They around here taking your children.
Absolutely.
Literally taking our kids.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? You need to start taking your children and teaching them from a little stuff. I don't give a doggone if it's about sex. Teach them now.
That's right.
Everything. Because that's what I did with my daughter. Okay?
That's right.
And
That's
my
right.
daughter ain't in the streets. So if my daughter ain't in the streets, I know your kids that I taught my daughter was homeschooled. Come on, people. We could spend all this money at these white people's stores, but we can't spend it on each other. We can't gather our money and build our communities back.
That's
We
right.
can't build like Baltimore and New York and all these Chicago and build our community back. Stand up.
That's right. We got to stand up. We got to keep speaking out, beloved. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and let you go.
Okay, but thanks for being on your show. And
yes.
Nice to meet you. And come on, people. Come on. Because he done stole a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's right.
I'm against it. But you have a good day. And
thank you. Same to you.
To everybody in the chat. And nice meeting you. Thanks.
Nice to meet you too, beloved. No problem. You have a blessed day.
You too.
Thank you. Okay, so now there's an elder that was speaking all the truth. Like these people, I mean, are they that naive? Grown people that don't know the difference between a grift when they've been conned, when they've been had. I'm just saying, make it all make sense. Okay, with that all being said, honey, I want you all to enjoy the rest of this lovely day. Each one teach one is how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive, beloveds. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hit him with that flavor. All in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got